All right.
On a railroad. It was a brutally hot day, and some laborers were working out on the tracks, and a private car, as part of the train, pulled up and pulled off over on the siding. The window came up.
That's the wrong one. I'll have to find a different one, but this is the other one I was going to play.
Here's what I'm asking you to do. Walk away from the 97%. Don't use their vocabulary. Don't use their excuses. Don't use their method of drift and neglect. Won't even walk around the block for their health. Won't even eat an apple a day. Won't even take the time to refine their philosophy for a better life. Walk away and join the 3%. Guess how many people can retire from the income of their own personal resources when it comes time to retire? Answer, 5%. In America, 5% of the people are independent. 95% are dependent. Take charge of your own retirement, you can multiply it at least by 5. Let the government take care of it, some company take care of it, you got to divide by 5. I'm asking you, take charge of your own retirement. Take charge of your own life. It happens to be one of the titles of my own cassette program, Take Charge of Your Own Life. That's what we've talked about here all morning. Take charge of your own day. Don't have days like most people have. You'll wind up broken poor. Pennies, no treasures. Trinkets, no value. Change it all. And it starts as simple as an apple a day. It starts as simple as the first book of your new library. It starts as simple as the first journal that you get, and make the first entry that when people see it will say, this is the beginning of a study of a serious student. They're going to be healthy. They're going to be powerful. They're going to be rich. They're going to have it all. Look, they've committed themselves to a whole new journey. I'm asking you to do that. But what's easy to do is what? Easy not to do. But walk away from the 90%. Walk away from the 97%. Walk away from the 95%. Don't go where they go. Don't do what they do. Don't talk like they talk. Develop you a whole new language. Be part of the few. Guess when I went and got this little book, Richest Man in Babylon? Guess when I went and got it? The same day I heard about it. I went and got it. Somebody says, well, Mr. Rohn, does that make you different than most everybody else? The answer is yes. Somebody says, well, why is that? We don't know. How do we know? You don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. All we know is some get the spark and say, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to change my health. I'm going to change my relationship with my family. I'm going to change everything. And if it starts with an apple, if it starts with a walk around the block, if it starts with a book, if it starts with a journal, whatever it starts with, I'm a candidate. I'm ready to go and change my life. I invite you on that journey. Once you look back on it, you will never turn back. You'll never go back to the old ways and the old language and the old neglect. Never. Cardiovascular problems alone in America create over 1,000 funerals a day. And 70% of it is neglect. I'm asking you not to hope they're going to fix this out here next year so that you'll be healthier. I'm asking you to pick up some new disciplines so that you will be healthier. Drive yourself to do it. Book by book, entry by entry. It's all available for you.
All right. So, funny enough, with Herbalife, Jim Rohn's one of our main speakers, and he just really kind of gave us a good way to kind of get started on everything, get our day started, get our motivation started. So if you ever want to check him out, just go onto YouTube, and he has a lot of videos that you could look up and see to kind of get some ideas, just get you thinking differently, get your day started on a positive note. But other than that, today we're going over metabolism. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about what is metabolism, why people may have a slow one, a fast one, how this all relates to calories, and then ways that you guys may be able to speed up your metabolism. So let me see here. Here we go. All right. So revving up your metabolism, so putting it to work. All right, so we eat food for fuel. All right, and some of that's gotten mistaken. Some people take a little bit more food for comfort and for enjoyment when we're sad. but essentially we eat food for fuel. When we burn it for energy to run our bodies, the process creates heat, and nutritional supplements can assist the body's engine to burn fuel efficiently, helping our metabolism stay revved and functioning well. All right, so just a couple quick tips to kind of keep your metabolism going well. Engage in 30 minutes of activity every day to help minimize weight gain and raise metabolic rate. All right, tone your muscles by weight training 3 days a week. Start small. I like this one. Try walking with a 1 to 2 pound weight. So even just walking with a little extra hand weights or ankle weights will burn more calories. Never eat fewer than 1,200 calories a day, because eating too little may slow your metabolism. Never skip breakfast. So for those people that skip breakfast, that's why we always recommend that we have our Herbalife shake. Supplements such as our Total Control and tea concentrate can help boost metabolism. Essentially, the ingredients involving natural tea creates a thermogenic response in our body. All right, and then have a supply of protein-powered snacks throughout the day as an alternative to carb-loaded junk food. All right, so basically what we want to stick away from are calories that are empty, things that don't give us nutritional value. All right, so when we're not consuming a food with nutritional value, we'll consider them empty calories, and that's just giving us energy with no benefits. All right, so a soda would be considered an empty calorie. All right, so a lot of people often blame their body type on having a slow metabolism, but really what metabolism refers to is a chemical process that takes place in the body to sustain life, allowing you to breathe, pump blood, keep your brain functioning, and extract energy from food. So what we use and what we kind of went over last time was metabolic rate, your resting metabolic rate, which is the number of calories your body uses at rest every day just to keep your body working. So the number of calories that we burn is actually directly related to your body composition. There's two parts of our body. One is body fat, and then the other is everything that isn't fat. So everything that isn't fat actually burns about 14 calories per day. So here's a great example. If you weigh 150 pounds and 50 pounds of it is fat, 100 of it is fat-free, you would burn about 1,400 calories per day at rest. If you don't get much activity, you won't burn much more than this throughout the day. If you weigh 150 pounds and 25 pounds of it is fat, and so that means 125 is fat-free, you burn actually 1,750 calories per day at rest. That's a pretty big jump. And we'll show some food things that relate to calories in a little bit. But just adding some exercise, most people can burn up to 2,000 calories a day. All right. This is why we use like the body composition scale, because it's hard to estimate just off of your height and weight exactly how fast your metabolism is burning. But by using a body composition scale, you're going to figure out how much muscle you have, how much body fat you have, how much bone you have, and it gives us a little more of an accurate what is your metabolic rate. All right, so couple myths and truth. All right, so aging slows your metabolism. Essentially, the biggest thing that happens when we age is that we start to exercise less, and we're just burning fewer calories. As we get older, it does get a little bit tougher to maintain muscle mass. And as we just learned, the less muscle mass you have, that takes away from what's not body fat, the less calories you're going to burn. All right. Myth, you're stuck with the metabolism you have and you can't change it. The truth to that is, yes, we see people that can eat everything they want, but lifestyle is a big part in determining how many calories we burn in a day. And the people that seem like to never gain weight, you'll kind of notice that they fidget a little bit more. They move around a lot. They're stretching. They talk with their hands. They walk from place to place. And people that kind of are consistently a little bigger don't move around as much during the day. They're very stagnant. They just kind of sit there. And really the biggest thing that we look for is anytime you're moving your muscle, you're requiring your body to expend energy, you're going to be burning calories. All right, so myth, if I cut calories, my metabolic rate will slow down, so what's the point of exercising? It is true that your metabolic rate can slow a bit when you cut calories. Your body's natural inclination will try to conserve calories as best it can. So kind of known as like hibernation mode, right? So we stop eating the amount of calories our body needs. Our body wants to conserve them, and the best way it can do that is by storing fat and breaking down muscle. We also learned about protein. If you're not getting enough of it, your body will start to break down muscle to get the protein it needs. So by good healthy diet, getting in great calories that aren't empty, that give you nutritional value, and exercising, you can preserve a lot of it. All right, so I like this little diagram right here. Lean protein plus complex carbs. You'll see goes right here. Will kind of keep you fuller longer. All right. Just having lean protein by itself, will keep you somewhat full. Eating just complex carbs such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, that's not going to keep you too full for only from 30 to 60 minutes. And then simple carbs like rice and pasta, fruit juice, potato chips, all that stuff that we kind of just reach for that's quick. You notice that it's only keeping you full for about 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden you're hungry again. Your blood sugar levels go down, your energy levels go right down. So, the best way to keep up great energy and to control your hunger is to combine your lean protein with your complex carbs. And so that's why, we always make sure that we have a balanced plate. That's not just, you're not just eating tuna by itself. You're having tuna with, a slice of toast. You're not just eating chicken by itself. You're having chicken with some vegetables, a good healthy salad. And our shakes are actually already balanced with carbohydrates. Okay. Any questions so far?
I just got here.
Hi, Hilda. Good morning.
Good morning. A little late.
No problem. Happy you're here. All right. So a little bit more about calories. I like to kind of look at this. So at the top, you'll see here, it says, here's another way to look at it. How much exercise would you actually need to do to burn off that pizza, ice cream, or beer? Chart below shows how much exercise a 150-pound person would have to do in order to burn calories in a variety of foods. So it takes a little more than you think. So what happened is sometimes is we'll exercise and we get this feeling of accomplishment and we've worked hard, and so we deserve to have the bad food that we've been craving. We deserve to have the piece of pie or the ice cream that's been sitting around, and not to say it's not true, but we don't realize that our exercise doesn't match up to the amount of calories we're putting in, which can lead to weight gain. So the average candy bar is about 280 calories, and it would take about 30 minutes of singles tennis to burn that off. Potato chips, 15 chips, looking at about 160 calories and 90 minutes of Frisbee.
Wow.
Let's see here. Here's a good one. So a double burger with fries, 1,100 calories, would take about 2 hours worth of jogging.
Oh, goodness. That's a lot of hours.
That's a lot. That's a lot of miles. And then ranch dressing. So a favorite, like one of my favorite dressings personally, something that we, we'll dip vegetables in because it's light. We think it's not too bad, but just 2 tablespoons is 150 calories, and that's about 30 minutes of aerobics. So it's about one class of our fit camp will burn about 150 to 300 calories, and that's barely 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing.
Wow.
So it's just, the biggest thing I like about this, it just kind of shows, by exercising, we don't necessarily earn the bad foods we crave. And if we look for healthier options, exercising could give us a reason to eat healthy, not a reason to eat unhealthy.
Right.
All right. So let's see here. So here's a little bit more about calories. I mean, I feel like a lot of people talk about them, but they're not exactly sure what exactly is a calorie. So, a calorie is a unit of energy. In technical terms, a calorie is the amount of energy that is needed to raise the temperature of a kilogram of water by 1 degree Celsius. So we'll move it down a little bit. Let's see here. We talked about how it is fuel. So your resting metabolic rate, the number of calories your body uses every day just to keep you alive, accounts for about 75% of the calories your body uses every day. The remaining we burn off through exercise and just through the daily things that we go throughout our day. I like how it goes through here. So kind of getting into like how to read labels slightly. There's 3 areas or actually 4, where you can actually get calories from. Okay, so carbohydrates provide about 4 grams, 4 calories per gram. Sodas, protein. Healthy fats or fat in general is going to provide about 9 calories per gram. And then that's 7 calories per gram of alcohol. All right, so sometimes we may think drinking alcohol isn't all that bad, but it's an easy way to put in calories. And then normally, I like, if I'm personally drinking alcohol, I like to have a little food with it, and so I'm not as conscious of eating healthy at that moment. So not only are we putting in calories through our what we're drinking, but also through what we're eating. Okay. So another thing to keep in mind, some things in your foods have no calories at all. Water and fiber. All right, so that's why foods that are high in fiber and also a lot of water, like fruits and vegetables, have fewer calories per serving than low fiber foods and low water content, such as refined flours, crackers, and pretzels. All right, so what are some tips to kind of just keep your energy and metabolism going? All right, knowing that it takes quite a bit to burn off some of these cheap meals that we truly enjoy. At the age of 50, calorie needs decline about 1% a year. All right, so to avoid weight gain, increase exercise, especially strength training. So once again, as we talked about it before, as we get older, we get into that. It's easier to gain weight, but normally it's compounded by an inactive lifestyle. All right, the calories you burn. Fat requires the fewest calories, protein the most. Here, unfortunately for women, men do burn calories fast, or
That's so
more calories
sad.
per burn, as our metabolic rates are about 5 to 10% higher than women. counting calories, if you're going to count your calories and kind of start to watch it, just be careful about underestimating. Um, if you're not weighing out your food, if you're not sizing it up with using like grams or ounces and then like measuring cups, you're most likely going to be off slightly, and that could make a big difference. So keeping a food journal really helps. So if you kind of watch what you eat throughout the week, and then go to the scale at the end of the week, you kind of see if what you're eating is keeping you on a good path or not. Um, you know, one of the big things, I was talking with Paul about it yesterday. Losing weight too quickly could cause you to lose lean muscle. So when you eat less, move more, and your weight will take care of itself. So, we talked about people that cut a lot of the calories but don't do the exercise. Yes, you can lose weight, but losing weight isn't the only thing. What we want to do is lose fat, and by that we need to maintain our lean muscle. Add a dash of hot sauce or tomato juice. Compounds and hot peppers give your metabolism a little boost. And then clean up and slim down. So for me and Paul, sometimes we just 30 minutes of house cleaning can burn 100 calories. So if we want to burn a little extra weight, we could do a little extra things around the house for our wives.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so here's a cool little recipe for you guys. So and you receive a lot of these through the emails I send. So a spicy seafood stew sounds absolutely phenomenal.
Wow.
So we got all of the ingredients right here. Shows us how to make it. And then so per serving, you're only looking at about 215 calories, 23 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat, 21 from carbs. That's a really good meal for you right there. And then our nice shake recipe of the week. I've never tried this, and I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, but I may give it a shot. It's a chocolate chili shake. So chili peppers get their heat from a compound called capsaicin, which encourages the body to burn calories and release heat, a process known as thermogenesis. Okay, so by having a little spicier foods, adding dashes of cinnamon to things, you could definitely spice up and spike up your metabolism. So 2 scoops of our shake, 1 cup of non-fat, low-fat soy milk, 1 teaspoon of dried chili flakes, and 4 ice cubes. So just adding a little bit of chili flakes to your shake is essentially all it is, and spice it up. I don't know if I'm gonna try that one. If you guys do, let me know how it goes. Cool. All right, so that's kind of it about metabolism. Do you guys have any questions about it?
No.
Yeah, I know a lot about metabolism, and it's true that it does slow everything down if you don't really keep working out, do any kind of exercise.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we talked about yesterday. How much weight that I lost the first time, and then not keeping up with eating right and working out, walking, whatever you can do to keep the weight down. And then all of a sudden you just stop working out, you stop eating right, and you just start and it's crazy how quick all that weight comes back by not doing all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it is true about your energy is just like way low, and all you do is just sit on the couch and watch TV for hours and hours and not doing anything. And yeah, I understand it now that I got to keep moving, work out, eat right, just to maintain where you want to be at.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah.
And I think you could see like how some people when they go through a big weight loss, they're heavier, they could have quite a bit of muscle mass on them. And
Mm-hmm.
so by losing the weight really fast, not realizing that they're losing muscle mass with it, getting comfortable with the weight, and maybe at that point, saying, oh, great, I don't have to worry about doing this stuff anymore. They could gain the weight twice as fast back because they just didn't lose body fat. They actually lost more muscle. So now the metabolism's going a little slower because, they're not burning as many calories. And yet to go back to eating the way they were before, give yourself that ability to really pack it on fast. And it can just hit you really quick. And our body truly does have a way of being. Like, it wants to stay the same, so it takes consistent effort, it takes consistent exercise and making good choices to keep it going. So
Right.
Super awesome. Well, I think that's all I have for you guys today. I love the topic. I think metabolism is something that, it's easy. It's an easy excuse for some people to say, oh, well, it's my metabolism. And
I've used it, but isn't it true though? Like for women, isn't it true though that when you get older, it does kind of slow down? Just because of exercise and not eating properly?
Yeah, it was a little bit of both. I think even sometimes sitting down and having family meals, meal portions could be the same, for everybody. But not everybody burns the same amount of calories during the day. And so as we get older, it just kind of,
unfortunately,
yeah, we just, we stop doing just the little things that we normally would do. And it could come not just because of desire, it could come from injuries, it could come from a lot of things. But once we stop being active and using our muscles and keeping them and making sure we're eating enough protein to maintain them, it comes really quick. And, as I said earlier, men are faster to lose the weight, and it's just because we have a higher lean muscle mass percentage and non-body fat percentage than females. So we tend to burn fat just a little bit faster.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you guys for plugging in on the morning call. I think this will probably be one of our last 5 a.m. calls, seeming as I really want to be able to get more people so they could have a little more questions and things and topics that come up. So our next call will definitely be Monday at 9 p.m. And if you haven't seen the email I sent out, it has the links to the previous two calls and just giving you a little more information. But other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing Thursday. I will see.
Likewise.
I know I'll see Paul a little later today for our TRX workout.
Oh yeah.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah.
All right. Well, awesome. All right, guys. Well, enjoy your day, and we'll see you soon.
Okay.
All right, Mario.
Bye.
We'll see you.
All right. Bye-bye.